Are we live now? Are we live now? So, I have a question, everybody. Have I been live for the past like 20 minutes or so? Or no? Is this all fresh and new? Did you guys see any of the update? You guys didn't see. You guys didn't see any of the update. Okay. Let me just tell you guys. I did an entire update thinking I was live. But let's, let's start into it. Let's jump into it here. We're going over. We're going over it. We're gonna do this. So anyway, let's get into the update here. What's up, internet? My name's Ory. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. If I remember to click live. So let's get into the update here. So there's a lot to go over. It is Thursday, October 5th, day number 65 inside the Big Brother house. We've got flips to go over. The memory comp that potentially is coming up for the HOH. Plus, later on, we're going to talk about Survivor, The Amazing Race, Traitors Canada, but the power of veto, how you guys could potentially wield it. Man, I went on a whole thing about this. So much that we have to go over, plus all kinds of new things here with the channel itself. But yeah, let's jump into it. That will forever be known as the lost update for this channel. But there's so much to go into. Let's start off first with things that were happening with the HOH competition potentially for tonight's episode. So there was a lot of stuff that was happening featuring the pre-jury house guests, and it was shown with them being, it was like videos or pictures. I don't know exactly what was being shown. They were seeing it, and then they were trying to like memorize it and go over and study later. So it's going to be somewhat of a memory-based HOH. I assume that's what this is for, HOH. Hey, look at that. We got a super chat coming on in, and you get the Hisam dance now when you do a super chat. Look at that. Roman coming on in with the $1.99. Looks like he got me a coffee. Roman, thank you. I need that after today's technical difficulty. So that seems like it's going to be what the HOH is going to be. Now, what's going on with the flip? Do we have... Yes, we do. At this moment, the house fully has flipped. Matt and Jag finally seem to have gotten on board, and they are now ready to vote out Mimi over Felicia. I assume it's kind of a combination of a bunch of stuff, from Cory's pitch to potentially go after Mimi just because she's better at competitions and she's more likely to win and go after them, and she's closer to Blue. Also, Blue's been pushing Mimi a lot to stay over Felicia, even though, like, Felicia was going, right? Like, everybody knew, like, it was going to be Felicia, but Blue was like, no, we got to make sure that Mimi stays. And that made people a little bit nervous. Also, Felicia's little speech she gave to Cory, and how she was like, he's somebody that is a threat and we have to go after him. That's making them think, well, yeah, even if she were to win, she's going to go after Cory in America. She's not going to put us up. And if Mimi's getting closer to Blue, it all just kind of makes sense. So they actually end up taking this to Cameron, who Cameron's like, are you guys kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is what Cory wants. Cory wants to do this, and now you're going to do it for him? I wash my hands pretty much. Like Cameron is basically saying, you guys do what you want to do. I don't get a vote. You guys do what you want to do. So it does seem like Mimi will be going in tonight's eviction, and which is kind of wild. Absolutely insane that we got here and how quickly things can change. Because it seemed like she was in such a good spot in this game. And it seems like she did catch on to some of the vibes as well, because she started having some chats with people. She talked to Jag, she talked to Matt, both of whom gave very non-committal conversations where they were like, yeah, we'll see how things go. You know, we're never quite sure, but, you know, maybe there's a chance that, you know, you have our votes, but we don't know. Like, it seems like it's good, but you never quite know. And there was even kind of a moment too where Jag was like, he was joking with it, but like also serious, where he's like, you realize this is like the first time in 65 days that you've come to talk games specifically, right? Like, you realize that. Hey, look at that. We've another super chat coming on in from Scorpio. Getting the Hisam dance. Look at that. Love your channel. Keep up the great work. You're a part of the Air Force members' morning routine. Oh, well, thank you for your service. I appreciate that. And thank you for bringing me a part of your daily routine. I appreciate all of you guys who are watching. Where were we? So Mimi kind of caught on to the flip, was talking to Matt and Jag. She ended up also having a conversation with Cory, and there was kind of a funny moment in this too, where he was like, yeah, I don't know where it is right now. Like, people can go either way. I'll be honest, like, I think it could flip like 4 or 5 more times. And she's like, wait, it's already flipped? What do you mean? Hold on, back this up a little bit. Hey, we got a new subscriber coming on in. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Shh, we have a secret alliance now. Don't tell anybody. She was like, wait a minute. The house is already flipped? And he was like, well, I'm just saying, like, I think it could, like, people could change their minds. It was a great moment. But yeah, it does seem like now Mimi will be the one to go, which again is just crazy how quickly someone's game can change, because we talked about how she was in such a good spot, but she was laying really low, and by laying really low, she was doing well, but she waited too long to make moves, and then it was subtle little things that happened that set her up to leave. She would have been fine this week. And there would have, of course, been talk about, like, maybe we should get rid of Mimi. But because Cameron was talked out of backdooring Cory by Matt and Jag. Oh, got another super chat coming on in. Vicky, thank you so much for the super chat. You getting a little Hisam dance over here. Because Jag and Matt convinced Cameron not to backdoor Cory, that made Cameron and Cory trust each other more, but also made Cory distrust Blue more, because Blue is who Cameron blamed for pushing him as the back door, which then in turn made Cory distrust Matt and Jag more, which made him realize that Mimi was too much of a weapon for Blue if she were to win HOH, and she would be able to put him up, meaning that Mimi was a much bigger threat right now than Felicia, somebody who could take out. So all these little things, these domino effects, have now led to Mimi being the actual target this week. And seems like she's going to be going home tonight, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy that we've ended up in this spot where she could be going home. Just wild. Absolutely wild. Let's see. Some other things we have to go over include a birthday. Yes, because it is Bowie Jane's birthday yesterday that we have to talk about. Now, I don't know if it's actually her birthday. That's kind of a thing. Is it actually her birthday? Did anybody ever check this? If it's really her birthday yesterday, or was it some other day? I don't know. I'm not sure. But it was either her 46th birthday or her 36th birthday. Again, who knows? At least in the house, they're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So we have that birthday plus some other birthdays. Let's see. Tyra, I see you in chat. I have a list here of some of the birthdays. I'm sure I've missed a lot of them as well. So let's go over some of these birthdays here. We had Jameson, who I messed up a couple of weeks ago. I apologize for that. Jameson, it was your birthday. Bowie Jane was Bowie Jane's birthday yesterday. Miss Coco, we love Miss Coco around here. It was her birthday, I believe, on Monday. We had Cheryl's sister, which I believe the pronunciation, which I really appreciate anytime somebody gives the pronunciation on a name, because I'm terrible with name pronunciations. I believe it's Marsha. So Cheryl's sister's Marsha, her birthday. We also have Honor, Faith, and Praise. It's their birthdays over the past few days here as well. Lisa, Chuck, Stephanie, Patty, lots of birthdays. Now, I know I'm probably missing some. I tried my best to go through some of the comments. It's hard to find them. Lou, I see your birthday here. So I try and go through as best I can. But the best ways to get in on the birthdays are in the Discord. If you join in the Discord, then we have an entire channel where you can post when your birthday is. Then also I will try and go through the comments too on YouTube, but they get harder and harder to keep up with. So those are kind of a thing as well. But yeah, those are a bunch of birthdays that we have today. Everybody else in chat, if I've missed you, thank you so much for being here and for your birthdays. What do we see here? Otter, Gary, Rose, anybody else, if it's your birthdays, if I'm missing it, thank you guys all so much for being here. Let's give you guys a birthday song. Oh, we got a new subscriber coming on in as well. Thank you so much. We have now a secret alliance. Don't tell anybody. But to everybody whose birthday it was, let's see, we'll read over that list again. Jameson, Miss Coco, Cheryl's sister Marsha, Honor, Faith, Praise, Lisa, Chuck, Stephanie, Patty, everybody in chat. I know there's a lot of you. Bowie Jane, her birthday yesterday. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Anyway, let's get back into the update. There honestly isn't much more to update with what went down. They all had the birthday hats you can see here. Bowie was also wrapped in streamers at one point in her bed. So that's a thing as well. But what we can do is we can actually go over the draft. For anybody who's in the draft, this is the current standings as things sit right now. We've got Brillo, an Insolent Dependent, still at number 1 there, tied. Both have 2 of the top competitors still in there with Cameron and Jag. And then you've got this team over here with Dud, Emily, and Don't Call Me Chrissy. Chrissy, guess what? I'm calling you Chrissy right now. Tied for number 2 with Cameron, Matt, and Jag. That is a team right there. All 3 of them still in. The 3 fugitives, definitely a tough team and somebody who's going to be tough to beat. Is this 3 right here. Dud, Emily, and Don't Call Me Chrissy. We've got Timothy, Christian, and myself here, but sadly, it looks like we're going to be down to 1 person with Cameron. Not ideal for us, especially with the other 2 teams here going to be getting points every single week, so we'll never be able to take over first place. With the elimination of Mimi this week, it will mean we are mathematically eliminated from the competition, which would be kind of a shame. Annie Thorpe over here will still be in the running because she'll have Cameron and Matt, but is also losing Mimi. So definitely got a chance there to stay in it. T-Gold here only with Cameron, but it's going to be kind of in the same boat here with us here, where going to be almost mathematically out of it unless something crazy happens. Yeah. There really would be no way to catch up. And then you can see here as we round off with the rest of the top 5. Lots of good team. Clinton here with a solid team, all still intact. Anybody else who's got a solid team intact? Let's see. This one here from Jackie. That one's still intact as well. So there's a few. Borgie will beat Dylan. This one as well. That's a still solid team that could get a lot of points here in the next few weeks, especially if Cory turns it on. So the draft is still interesting, guys. It is anybody's game right now on who could step it up. It is a really cool site, Morrow. The person who made that must be really good at stuff. Don't you think, Morrow? If you guys want to check out the draft yourself at any point, it's really cool because you can also look here and see kind of the stats of the week, like who the most recent POV is, who's nominated, who's the HOH, who won the battle back and survived. You can see who was evicted the previous week and who won the veto each and every single week. You can check out individual players and see what their weeks were like, and just it's a really, really awesome site that, you know, someone here in chat, Morrow, did really, really amazing putting it all together. So definitely check that out. I believe, did I put a thing for that? I think I did put a command for that, but commands don't seem to work. Actually, let's check, because I checked it before and the commands don't seem to work. No, they do not seem to work. So here is a link for it. You can check out the BB House site, be able to check in on the draft whenever anything's going on. Now, let's see, because we are done with kind of the update for the day, right? As far as BB goes, we'll now have to see what happens in the eviction. I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think will be evicted? Will it be Mimi or will it be Felicia? Do you think they're going to flip back here today in the morning, or do you think it's locked in? Do you think that Mimi is going to be going? Let me know. Felicia, I see Mimi. Otter that would really give a pulse in the game. Ooh, what did Otter say? Norman would be hi Morrow. Interesting player. I think I missed it, but I think you came up with something interesting. Morning. I see Mimi. Mimi is going. A couple Felicias. They're flipping. It has to be Felicia. They love flipping. They do love flipping. That is a thing. They really, really do love flipping. This house and their flips. Let's, you know, before the flip. It's been a while since we actually really heard the flip, so let's get the flip song in there. You didn't play the flip song? There we go. There's a flip. Did I not play it during the update? I played it during the Lost update. If anybody's just coming in here late, I was live at 7:30 on the dot. Nailed it. Like, I clicked the live button. What I didn't do, though, was click the second live button that's on the YouTube page. So I was going for 20 minutes there, chatting everybody, saying hi, how's it going? Until eventually people started saying, where is Ory? I was like, I'm right here. And I was like, nobody's responding when I say I'm right here, and I see the people in chat. And I know I said I wouldn't talk that much during the update. And then I was like, wait a minute, I don't think I'm actually live. So there was a whole 20 minutes of a Lost update. I was making dinner yesterday and singing the Flipadelphia song. My husband said, what are you singing? I was like, where is Ory? Ladybug, I was here. I was here. I was seeing on the feeds that Matt, Jag, and Cam are setting up Cory in America to vote out Mecole, when really the rest of the house is going to vote out Felicia and use that to further divide them. So what I've seen actually is they're were thinking of just setting it up, but what I believe now at this point is Matt and Jag are on board with voting out Mimi and going along with it just because she is the easier competitor. But that was something that was kind of discussed where it's like, we could just blame it on Ory, right? Like, and that's a thing. And that's what it could literally go either way. But I think at this point, you can kind of say that Mimi's going to be going. But this house, you never know. You never know. Play the song again, please. We could get another flip. Had the Philadelphia song stuck in my head when I was watching live feeds last night, right? You gotta love when a good flip's happening. Blue is totally blaming Cory. And that's the thing. Blue is blaming Cory, but Cameron was blaming Blue for potentially trying to get Cory. So it's really interesting dynamics, which is also kind of what I was talking about in yesterday's update, where I was just like, it's almost like they don't know what show they have. Like, if we go and look at the alliance chart, there are so many interesting dynamics, so many little alliances. But the big thing is, this is the first season in a long, long time where there's not a big, giant alliance that's controlling everything. It's pairs. Each individual pair is really what you got to look out for. And it really makes a lot of sense, too. Like, if you look at all the pairs, the person who is the better competitor would be more likely to leave. And when you would look at the Felicia and Mimi pairing, who's the one who's a little bit scarier of a competitor? It's Mimi. That's who you should be voting out this week. Because there's a chance that Mimi, once you vote her out, where does that one pair go to, right? There's going to be one of them left. Of that pair, what other pair do they end up going to and making a trio? Probably Blue and Cirie. Everybody can see that, right? Like, there's no like mistake where it's like they're thinking, oh, Mimi's going to come with us. Like, there's a really good idea that no, that she's going to end up going with Cirie and she's going to go back with Blue. And that's a failure on Mimi. Like, as much as I love Mimi and I thought, you know, she was playing a really good game up until the past few weeks, where I think she just didn't grab like the ball and run with it. The failure with her was when people like Cory came to her about, you know, the flip with Izzy. She should have stuck with that and really made sure, like, game-wise, she was good with Cory. Game-wise, she should have made sure she was good with Jag and good with Matt. And not just like somewhat artificial, you know, late night chats that she was having, which were a good step, but she really wasn't getting deep in the game talk with them, which really ended up being what hurt her, because they were like, well, yeah, we don't 100% know if she won't go for us, so there's no good reason to keep her, especially when she has a good chance of winning a competition. Let's get rid of her. And it just makes a lot of sense. I don't know why Cam is so hard up on Felicia. I think his reasoning on it kind of makes a little bit of sense too, where she's someone who can kind of rally votes and get a team behind her. But also, I think what he thinks Felicia is what Cirie is. And Cameron doesn't just want two Ciries. He wants one Cirie, and he wants that Cirie to be loyal to him more than anybody else, because that's kind of what he thinks he might have with her now that he's come back after Jared. So that's a thing. Could it be her mouth? Well, Norma, that's part of it too, is she's someone who leaks a lot of information, so she's hard to work with in that aspect. And because she is someone who can talk and kind of get into people's ears, he feels like she would taint the jury against him, which he probably has a good point about, right? I think he makes some good points, but she's someone who actually would be more likely to work with him than probably working with Cirie would work out for him. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. They are the same person. Cameron and Felicia are legit the same person. Like, they really are. They don't mince any words. They will tell you like it is. They are very frank with each other. And I kind of love when they have conversations. Cirie convinced Cameron that Felicia is Cirie. Pretty much. Roman, pretty much. Thank God for your feeds update, because for us non-feed watchers, CBS is doing us dirty. Yes, they are. There's so many people who are only watching the episodes who are like, man, this season is just the same. It's terrible. And it's like, I wish I could tell you even more of how much you're actually missing, because it's really a lot of been fun. Like, yeah, there's been some dead times on the feeds just because of the weird, like, wasted week with Scary Week and then Scary Weeks this week. It's a whole mess with that too. But it's really been a great season overall. And it's kind of a shame that we're not getting those on the episodes. The episodes are terrible. The episodes have been really bad. It's like they just don't know what show they have at all. Looking at Cam's targets, I don't want to say he's listen, I mean, I don't think that's fair at all. It's like literally nothing to do with it other than those are the people he doesn't have relationships game-wise in the house. Like, literally. And the only other person he doesn't have a game relationship that would be a potential threat is Cory. And he really thought about putting Cory up on the block. Like, I don't think it's fair at all. Like, not at all. Hands down, not at all. I love how Felicia will hate someone, but will make sure they eat dinner. That's true too. That's true too. And what was it? Someone said, like, they were like, this is like top 5 dinners I've ever had. Like, ever. Like, feels like she's getting voted out. She makes like the best dinner ever. My brother is just a show watcher and he isn't liking it. PG, see, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like people who are just watching the show aren't getting everything, because what makes it for the good show is a big alliance, because it's easy to edit and show in the way they've been making Big Brother. The old style of episodes where it's grittier and raw, those are better for these smaller, more dynamic seasons to really kind of follow along, but it's contrary to what the current style of the edits are, and it doesn't work, and it's not as easy for the casual fan to follow along. So it kind of stinks, because what we've wanted for years ends up being what people then are now complaining about. And it's like, no, because this is good. They're just not showing you it's good. Let's see. Jared leaving affected Mimi's game a lot. It did. And that's another failure too, where she should have made an effort to at least attempt to lock something up with Cameron, being like, listen, like, whatever happened. You're coming back into this game. Like, I want to work with you. And instead, she just kind of was like, yeah, whatever happens. Right? Where she was like banking that hopefully Jared comes back and she wouldn't have to worry about Cameron. And that's, again, as much as I loved Mimi, she just didn't take the ball and run with it. And she waited too long to do anything. And then when there were opportunities right there where she needed to do something, she didn't do it. And then just a few little domino things happened, and now she's being evicted tonight. And that's how quickly things can change in there. I feel the edit failed Izzy. Stin, I'm with you on that too. Stim. I think Izzy was a better player than the edit showed, and more fun than the edit actually showed. I think she was a big part of why the house was so crazy and chaotic those first few weeks of the season. It was a big hand in what was going on. I love the updates. I live in Belgium, so I can't see the feeds. Thanks, Ori. Well, PJ, thank you. Also, you live in Belgium. There's an alliance named Belgium. Why it's named Belgium, I don't even know. They don't even know. They change the name every so often. But there's an alliance named after your country. Oh, a couple of other things. I didn't really actually get to mention. They're on the Lost update. This was about the time during the Lost update that I realized I wasn't live. And I started talking about some other things, and then like nobody was responding to them. I was like, man, you guys don't like these new things. I was like, noted that you guys don't like these new announcements. So first off is the new memberships. You can now officially become an Ory-O. Yes, you can. We've got memberships now that are now part of the channel. There's no pressure to do it, but you get like emotes that you can use in chat. But you also get like a badge next to your name, which will change color over time to let me know like how long you've been subscribed and been a member of the channel. So like that's a thing. It also, I believe, kind of put your comments like higher in the YouTube's like comment section, or it like puts into another section that I can check. So I can give a little bit more priority to those comments and responding to them, because it does get to be a lot. Doesn't mean I won't comment or respond to anybody else's comment or anything like that. It's like, oh, it'll be like highlight these ones, and then I can go and quickly look at those before I go into the other ones as well. So there's just a new thing. If you want to support the channel, you can do that. Plus, we've also had a bunch of them already. We had the super chats. Nobody, it seems like, really wants to use it yet, but if you do a super chat, one of the things you can do is you can earn the power of veto, because I didn't want to just be like, oh guys, do a super chat and you can make it so that I see your chat easier, because it can be hard to keep up with the chats. But what I wanted to do is, since we're going to end up talking about Survivor here in a bit, we're going to talk about the Amazing Race. I also want to talk about the Traitors Canada. There's a lot that we kind of want to talk about here. What I thought would be kind of cool is, let's say we're starting with Survivor and you go, no, Ori, I don't want to talk about Survivor right now. I want to talk about something else first. Boom, you can use the power of veto, and we'll have that be a super chat, and you can be like, it's the power of veto. So it's a thing you could do. Other than that, just a couple of little things I did want to mention. I don't think the chats work for the command, but I'll put the link in the chat here if anybody wants to check it out. But Throne is a really cool thing. It's where I actually got this power of veto. One of you bought this power of veto for me, which is just amazing. What else came from Throne? This hat that I'm wearing right here. Someone bought me this hat off of Throne. What else came from Throne? This hoodie right here. One of you bought this hoodie off of Throne for me. So there again is no pressure to get anything from Throne, but if you were inclined to do that, you could. We also have the Ori Fund. You can see that meter right here. I'll pop that link into chat as well. And what it does is pretty much supports Oris everywhere. But it's just kind of a little thing where I was doing, which you can unlock 12-hour streams. I'm pretty sure I owe a 12-hour stream to do. So that's a thing as well. Oh, we got another super chat coming on in. Who's this? Linda. Linda with the super chat. Oh my goodness. Linda, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Is that the veto saying you don't want me to talk about the veto anymore? Are you using your power of veto to say you don't want me to talk about Throne anymore? Is that what you're saying? Thank you for the super chat, though. I appreciate it. I was talking mainstream, like CBS. Oh, I think I might have missed something. Or are you just saying birthday? Sometimes. Sometimes that happens. It was a winter season of Big Brother Over the Top. It was online, Paramount Plus. Oh, OTT. Yes. OTT was a lot of fun. Nothing blocked out. It was interesting. Yeah, like all the competitions were on there. That was a weird season that if you didn't experience it live, there's really no way to go back and experience it the same way. Like, it just is not the same thing. Live diary room sessions. Yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool season. Also with maybe one of the best female alliances we've ever had. The Ball Smashers, like probably like top 2 or 3 all female alliances we've ever had, if not top. Like I don't know if there's really anybody better. Like off the top of my head, I can't think of an all female alliance that was better and had more success, like more people making it far. But yeah, OTT was fun. OTT was fun. And then, oh, look at that. I see it before it popped up. We'll see. I think it's gonna pop up here soon. We'll see how delayed it is. But I think we have our first official Ory-O. I think we do. Let's see. OTT was great. I would love a BB season of winners and runners up. I think that would be a lot of fun too. And I think there's still a chance that we get a winter season because of the writer's strike. Now, the writer's strike did end, but the actors are still striking. And that's an issue because as long as they're still on strike, that means anything that wasn't already filmed and in post-production now at this point still cannot go back to filming yet. So shows are still going to be delayed, movies are still going to be delayed, and I think it would mean that we're not going to have much to show during the winter. So I think there still is a big chance, and the longer the actor strike goes on, I think it's more and more likely that we'll actually see a winter season, whether it is celebrity, winners or runners up, and like a shortened condensed version where you can get the actual winners to come back for something. Because that's the big thing, is the commitment and the time frame of Big Brother. It's so hard to get them to sign up for like 3 months of a season. You can get them to sign up for like a couple of weeks. Can get them to sign up for a couple of weeks. It's not popping up. I don't know why. I was hoping it would pop up, but we did have our very first Ory-O. Linda is an Ory-O, and you can actually see Linda in chat when she types. Her name is now on my screen. At least it's green, but she has an Ory-O next to her name. We also have Tyra coming on in as an Ory-O as well. So you guys will actually have emotes that you can use. Oh, Tyra's popped up as a member. Linda's didn't pop up. I don't know why Linda's didn't pop up. Linda, I'm sorry that yours didn't pop up, but Linda was our first. Linda was our first. Thank you so much for that. That's amazing. Tyra, our second ever Ory-O. So thank you for that as well. And then Megan. We got Megan coming on in. Megan's now an Ory-O as well. You guys now have Ory-O badges next to your name. You have emotes that you can use. And now everybody can see that you are an official Ory-O. So welcome. Welcome on in. How awesome is that? Would you prioritize BB Can or a potential second US season? I think there's potential to have both of them still in there. Oh, what is that? Someone just hit up the Ori fund. It was that $10 in the Ori fund. I think it says anonymous. Look at that. Thank you so much. You guys are going crazy now. Hold on. Everybody relax. Everybody, let's just slow it down a little bit. Would I prioritize BB Can over a second US season? It depends what type of season of US. Is it a celebrity season? I'd probably prioritize Canada over the celebrity season. If it's a winter season, right? Like I'm going after the winter season. If it's a newbie season, the US winter season. Also with no live feeds, I think I might just have to prioritize the one that actually's got live feeds, and that would be the celebrity or the US one. There are no live feeds for Canada unless they decide to bring it back, which is a possibility, but now they do the digital dailies, and that's a whole issue. But yeah, I think I would probably prioritize whatever one has the live feeds. Actually, now that I think about it, that would just be all of them over Big Brother Canada now at this point. But it would definitely be something I would want to keep talking about. Like I'm not going to not talk about Big Brother Canada because it's great. Like what they do is a good show, and BB Can 11 was awesome. And if it had live feeds, I think we could look at BB Can 11 as one of the all-time great Big Brother Canada seasons, and not just Big Brother Canada seasons. I think it would have been considered like an all-time great like Big Brother season, but because of no live feeds, it made it really hard. It made it so hard to like really care about it as much as we really would want to. Gonna have to report you to Ory-O. No, Leo. No, Lou. Don't report me to... Don't report me. We have, what's that? Lydia, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You get a little Hisam dance. Get the Hisam dance as we dance. And then Linda with a super chat as well. I saw it way before any potential alert came, and I know it didn't give you one last time, so I want to make sure that you get a Hisam dance. The alert comes up, you'll get another Hisam dance. I'd like a newbie season. Me too. I'd like a newbie season in the winter. Absolutely. Totally agree, Ori. Gotta have live feeds. Did the house in Canada know they had no live feeds? I don't know. KA, that's a good question. I don't think they knew there weren't any live feeds, because I think I remember them talking on the dailies as if there were still regular live feeds. And I think they pretty much told them just to react like it's regular live feeds. Because they did give out like stuff to show that was live feeds, but it wasn't live, right? It was like 2 hours of chunked conversations throughout the day. And it was really pretty, it was terrible. Which show would you think is going to be better? Traitors Canada or Traitors US 2? Do we get into Traitors Canada right now? Is that what we do? Oh, Linda, there's your super chat notification. I'll give you the second little Hisam dance. Do we get into the Traitors Canada? Do you guys want to talk about this? Who here knows about the Traitors at all? Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the Traitors? I know not everybody here has seen the show. The Traitors, if I had to describe it, it's hard because like the best way I know to describe it is to describe something else that's also like a concept. But if you know the game Among Us, it's kind of like that, where there are these traitors amongst a group of faithful, and these traitors aren't known by the faithful, but one of them is the traitor. And there's multiple, there's 3 traitors. And each night, the traitors will murder someone, but also each night the faithful will vote somebody out of the game. And there's not much really to go on other than like, you seem sus, so I'm going to vote you out. Traitors is so good. Love the Traitors. Yes. No, not at all. So yeah, if you are not familiar with the Traitors, I highly, highly recommend it. There's multiple seasons you can get into. There's the US season, which had Cody and Cirie from BB25. She was just on the first season of the Traitors. Rachel is on the Traitors. Who else was on there? I forget who else was on there. Hey, we got another super chat coming on in. What's that? Arlene? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. You get a little Hisam dance. It had a great cast the first season. The second season, do you guys even know who's going to be on the second season of the Traitors? How about Dan Giesling? How about Parvati? Who else is on there? CT is on there. Johnny Bananas. Yes, Cass Dan is going to be on the Traitors season 2. Janelle's going to be on the Traitors season 2. Hey, we got a couple of new Oreos coming on in there. What do we got? We got Barking Mad Pets. Thank you so much for joining the channel and becoming an Oreo. I appreciate it. Also, I see Dudley there. I don't see the notification yet, but if it doesn't come up, Dudley, thank you for coming on in and joining the Oreos. There it is. There it is. I was a little ahead of it. Dudley, thank you so much. I appreciate it. What network is the Traitors on? It's on Peacock. So NBC, technically, Xfinity. If you have Xfinity cable, it should be on there. You can find it. And I actually had this set up. I can do this. Hold on. So I can kind of show off this. Turn that off. There we go. So this is kind of what the Traitors Canada cast is. This is like the table and how everything's kind of set up. So you can kind of see And each night they meet up at this table and one of them has to be voted out. 3 of them at this table are traitors. The rest are all faithful. If the traitors get to the end, they win all of the money. So like there could be like 3 faithful and like a traitor at the end. And if they decide, yeah, we want to end the game now because we believe we're all traitors or we're all faithful, and there's one traitor, the traitor gets all the money. So the first season was really good for the US. There's going to be a second season coming up for the US, which has heavy hitters on the cast. Like really heavy hitters. Janelle, Dan, Johnny Bananas, CT, Parvati. Like it's a who's who. Scottie Pippen's ex-wife and Michael Jordan's son, who are dating, they're on it. It sounds ridiculous, but that is the type of people that are going to be on this. Trishelle from The Challenge. Do you guys remember Trishelle? Yeah, she's going to be on it. Like, that's get your popcorn ready type stuff right there. Like, she's going to be fantastic at these roundtables. So yeah, it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be really fun season. Now, yes, so random, that leads us into what I want to talk about now is the Traitors Canada. This picture I have up, in fact, is the Traitors Canada. You might recognize 2 people right here. If I zoom in a little bit, that is Kuzi from BB Can 11, the most recent season of Big Brother Canada. This over here, maybe it's a little hard to see here, but this is Erica, winner of Survivor 42, 43, the one with the thing that she smashed in reverse time or whatever. And this over here, it's hard to see him because his back's to us, but this is Kevin Martin from BB Can 3 and winner of BB Can 5. So it's really cool to see them all on here. There's a bunch of really interesting people. I don't necessarily want to spoil it for anybody if anybody hasn't watched the first episode yet of it. Like, I don't want to say like who the traitors are or anything like that. We also don't have much to spoil as far as who got voted out or who got murdered the first night, because what they always do with the traitors is they end them on a cliffhanger. So each episode will end with someone about to be murdered or somebody about to be voted out. And then it kind of ends like that. So I want to give you guys the chance to watch it. Next Thursday, there will be 2 episodes by next Thursday, because there's the episode that aired already. And there is an episode that's going to be on Monday. I believe it's every Monday is when an episode's going to come out. So we'll definitely be talking about this when we come back next Thursday. So if you want to get in on this, I recommend giving it a watch. There's also other seasons of The Traitors, which are really good as well. The Traitor UK, probably the best one that I've seen. The Traitors UK was so good. The Traitors Australia was really good. There's a second season that I haven't seen yet. And there's also a Traitors New Zealand, which I've heard some really good things about as well. As far as how to watch this, it's a little hard if you're not in the United States because you need a VPN. But there may be some ways. Join the Discord. Hit me up on Discord. If you're not working for Derek, join the Discord. And if you need help, other than just the VPN, which is the easiest way. If you have a VPN, I highly recommend everybody at this point. If you're not using a VPN, it's a great tool to have, just because like you can sign in on Netflix, change your country to like the UK, and get a whole new library of Netflix of shows that you weren't able to watch before. So I highly recommend getting a VPN. But for the Traitors, most of the old seasons for the UK, for the US, they're all on Peacock. For Traitors Canada, it's on CTV. I think who put it there? Stin doing a great job. says free playback on CTV's website. But again, you need a VPN in order to do that. Let's see. With a net, yeah, Mauro, you just use a net. You use a net and it protects you. What's a VPN? So Linda, VPN, basic way to describe it is when you connect to the internet, you are telling the internet, oh, I'm in the United States. But you might want to connect to the internet, but make it think that you're connecting from Canada, because there's different things that you can't watch in the United States that Canada does let you watch. And the VPN will let you do that and be able to say like, oh, instead of it being from the United States, I want it to say I'm from Canada, or I want it to say I'm from the UK, or I want it to say I'm from wherever. And it's nice for a couple of different reasons. One, like I said, you could have a Netflix account, and the things that are offered in the Netflix UK library are different than the US library. So it allows you to see more, and you get more out of your subscription that way. But also, it's really useful if you are on vacation, because let's say like you're on vacation, you're like, oh, I'm watching a show on Netflix. That show might not be available anymore if you are in, you know, Spain on vacation. Woe is me if you're on vacation in Spain and you can't watch your Netflix show. I realize that as I'm saying that, like, oh boy, I can't watch it. But the idea is if you're not in your home country for whatever reason, you can continue to watch your Netflix show. That's just one example of a thing you can do with a VPN. It's not illegal though. Lou, it is not illegal. It is fully legal to use a VPN. There is nothing illegal about it. Absolutely nothing illegal about it. Fully 100% legal. Like, you're good to go. It's all things that you're paying for anyway. I have Prime and Netflix. So yeah, like you could use a VPN to be able to watch like different things with changing your location and stuff. And so it's useful. It's useful. Hi Ori, we have 187 likes and 529 on live stream. Let's all hit the like button. You know what? Faithful, I appreciate you for saying that. If you are new here, first off, hit that subscribe button. If you like this stream, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Well, when I hit the go live button and also the other go live button, because there was like 20 minutes of stream that you guys will never see. But you can do that. You'll make sure to keep up with everything. Yes, Michelle, VPNs can be quite expensive. It is, that's why, like, I'm not saying to anybody, like, absolutely go out and buy a VPN. It's a must have. But if you can have a VPN, it's a good thing to have if you can have one. There are ways of getting them, like, cheaper deals too, where, like, a lot of times they'll do, like, 50-60% off of, like, a 3-month package or whatever. And we have a new member coming on in. Is that Roman? Roman is now an official Ory-O. Roman, thank you for coming on in and joining up. Yes, hit that like button. Let's get a like spike. Just put a spike in those likes and get them pumping. Also, some are free with ads. Astro Boy, yes, that is a thing. I advise going against that, just because usually if something's free, it usually means you're the product in some way, which means they're probably going to sell your data, which is kind of a thing. There's plenty of good shows to watch with a VPN, like Australian Survivor. Yes, BB Can it's a must-have with BB Can, because you get to watch. You used to be able to get to watch the feeds. But yes, Stin, I agree. There's a lot of value that you can get from the VPN for a lot of great shows. I'm late, so I got to start the video over. Michelle, no worries on that. And that's also something that I'm going to do after each live stream, is I'm going to go back and kind of mark out when we were talking about different things. and put kind of like chapters in there as best as I can. Like obviously right now this chapter will say like the Traitors Canada, maybe / VPN talk. I have a VPN and I love it. Yeah, VPNs are really good. They're really good to have. It's not like a need. You don't need to have one, but it's a nice thing to have. Let's see. So that kind of covers Traitors Canada because again, I don't want to spoil too much. Like I like from the first episode, like we know who the traitors are and all that kind of stuff. But I know there's a lot of you that probably haven't watched the first episode, and I want to give you a chance to watch the first episode if you do want to. So we won't talk about that. But what we can talk about is Survivor. Do you guys want to talk about Survivor? Who's Derek? Yeah. Hey, if you're working for Derek, or he needs a VPN sponsorship, I do need a VPN sponsorship. What happened to Make It Flip the Mimi? I truly did miss a lot. Tony, you did. I went over it earlier in the update, which after the stream, if you want to go check it out, if you want to go check it out now, you can do that too. But pretty much it was a combination between a lot of different things, mainly Cory's pitch, Felicia's speech about Cory, and then Blue pitching to Cape Mimi so hard. Kind of made them all go crazy. Or you missed the flip Genesis yesterday. The Lulu losers. Oh boy, the Lulu losers. We have a lot to talk about with Survivor. We got a lot to talk about with Survivor. Oh man, where do we even start? So, I guess let's talk about the Beware advantages, because there's, I guess, a lot to kind of talk about with that across different tribes. So first off, we had Austin, and hey, look at that, we got a new subscriber coming on in. Shh, don't tell anybody, we got a secret alliance now. Like we're locked in. Don't. There might be like 500 people watching right now, but don't worry about them. We're locked in. Survivor was so much better this week. It was a lot better this week. I thought it was pretty good. I still need to do like my actual board with all the names and everything, so I'm probably gonna get some of the names wrong here. But we'll see. Also, if anybody is just joining, there's this other little thing that we're doing too with the memberships you can do. You can actually join the channel with, it's kind of like a subscription if you are familiar with Twitch or Kick. It's kind of like that. You get emotes and you get like a badge next to it and stuff like that. So you can get like some cool perks in there. But there's no pressure to do that. But also super chat. So for example, if you're like, hey, I don't want to talk about Survivor yet, I want to talk about, something else first, you can get the power of veto and veto the topic, and we'll come back to it later. So that is an option for you as well. And then also, while we're talking about just that kind of stuff too, that power of veto was bought by someone like one of you. It was bought by somebody who watches this channel. Same thing with this hoodie right here and this hat. It all comes from a site called Throne. Again, no pressure to ever get anything at all, but if you did want to, you could check that out as well. We did have somebody support the Ory Fund, which is another great way to support me. Plus, it ends up unlocking a 12-hour stream. I actually owe a 12-hour stream to do, so you can check out those links. I just put those in chat if you want to check those out as well. But those are just different ways that you can support the channel and everything that's kind of going on here, because I want to really kind of do some more, and I have some ideas on how to use this support to kind of do something kind of cool and something different, and especially continue the things going forward, especially during the off season, and kind of keep things fresh as well. I subscribed, but the sound didn't play. Simply Nikki, no. Just the regular subscribe button, sometimes it does that, where it doesn't actually show it up there. Same with the memberships. Like normally the memberships pop up, but if for some reason it didn't pop up with that either. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. But it might pop up soon. It might pop up soon. Austin is my early favorite. So Jordan, yes, with Survivor, that was kind of one of the first things I wanted to talk about was Austin and the Beware advantage. So he found that one last week. And it had the decoder thing that he had to use on the tribe map, and it was kind of cool. It had the lines. I actually wanted to look it up and see if anybody had it that you could like do on yourself. Somebody else had already like figured it out already. I was like, well, okay, we had a lot of smart people. But it ended up being dig in the fallen palm tree X or whatever. So Austin was able to figure that out, but I don't remember actually now if he even got to find it. But that wasn't the only idle thing going on. Speaking of the Lulu losers, they were kind of chasing Emily around because it seemed like she was out hunting for it because she felt like she was on the outs. But we also had Ladder Boy finding the Beware advantage, but then saying, you know what? I don't want this. Sabi, you have this. You take it. Oh, Ladder Boy. Oh, man. What a shame with Ladder Boy. This guy, you could tell he's a big fan of the show. He wanted to do this, and he told the whole story about how his teacher didn't like him, he thought, so he wanted to watch Survivor because she talked about it once, and that's how he got into it. So it was like, oh, he obviously loves the show. And look at that, Morrow coming in as a new member and a new Ory-O officially. Morrow, thank you so much, guys. If you don't know, Morrow, by the way, is the reason we have bb.house and that amazing site that keeps track of the draft. So big shout out to Morrow. He mods over in the Discord. Morrow, you are a huge part of everything we're building here. So thank you so much. Where was I? Oh, Brandon. You could tell like he wanted this so bad. But sometimes it just doesn't go your way. As much as you want it, you just don't have it in you to do it. And oh boy, he couldn't climb the ladder. He was slipping and falling on rocks during this episode. He gives up the Beware advantage. Then later he goes on the mission, like the adventure, and that was a debacle. Oh boy, yeah, Ladder Boy is an issue. Ladder Boy's an issue. And then who else went on the adventure? So we had Ladder Boy. What the hell was that? Was that really loud for you guys? Was that really loud? I think that was somebody buying something on Throne. I think that's what that was. Was that really loud? It was perfectly loud. Let me see if I can change that. I think I have to go here. But thank you for whoever that was. I didn't actually see what it was. But thank you. How do I change that on the fly? Because that is a thing. Let's see. Oh, here maybe. No. I really should change. Let's see. Gotta be a way to do that easy. Integration. that's not. Oh, that's an extension. No, that's not what I want. I need the overlay. Yeah. Oh, the alerts. Here we go. 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 I found it. Okay. Now, how do I control the volume? Show advanced settings. Volume. Is there no volume? Yes. Okay. Change alert volume. Found it. I think I found it, guys. I think I found it. Oh God, it's telling me no. I gotta do it somewhere else. Oh no. I guess it's literally just gotta be here. We're just gonna have to do that for now. We're gonna have to do that for now, and hope for the best. I might have to just go in later and do a lower one. Thank you though. Thank you so much for the gift from Throne though. Oh, we're learning on the fly sometimes with these lives and how things go. Murphy's Law, right? What can go wrong will go wrong here. There was so much better when given alcohol. Yeah. I put in a $10 tip my first time doing it. Norma, thank you so much. I appreciate it. They can, Lou. It was perfectly loud. I love that. Scared me. You get a nice little wake up in the morning, right? We should announce you're launching a membership posed on air. I try, Stin. I try. It feels like a big giant ball of wet spaghetti that I'm trying to create into this perfect sphere. In this spherical shape. So if it comes across as composed, I'm glad. I'm sensitive after that female alert. Oh, simply Nikki. Anybody else feel a little weird after that female alert? Anybody feel like they had like a fever? Can you guys believe that? Oh my goodness. Put some tin foil around it. Put it in the microwave. Don't put your phone in the microwave. Unless you want to have to buy a new phone. Don't microwave your phone. So I'm sorry if I gave anybody a startle after the female alert. Yeah, the rapture sound. Yeah. I was late to work because of your 20-minute delay, but your update was worth it. Everyone have an awesome day at work, school, home, traveling, and play. Lewis, thank you. I'm sorry for the technical delay. We'll improve that for next time as well. We'll make sure that that works out better. Oh. I'm not kidding. My boss put her phone in her microwave. Oh no. I call him Puzzle Boy. He's good at solving puzzles. Still waiting on that to be true. Lulu made the right decision to get rid of Brandon. Yes, they did. He works at Temple. What did I miss? Hold on. Did I miss another chat? I might have missed something else. Let's see. Have a good day. Is Peacock free? Otter, no. It's not free. There might be a free tier. I'm not 100% sure on that. I missed your BB recap. ER, if you go to the beginning of the stream, which it will and should be up, I'm pretty sure I have that setting checked at the very least. For, yeah, enable DVR and all that kind of stuff, and it will automatically load and be listed after the stream's over. And you can still catch the recap. So every live on Thursday, we're going to start with the recap. That way, anybody who just comes for the BB stuff can still catch all the BB stuff. And then we'll do everything extra afterwards as well. So it'll be fun. And I'm going to try and do like chapters as well. So you can kind of follow along. Like I know they... Especially once we get into the chatting type stuff, like we're supposed to be talking about Survivor right now. We've been talking about a million different things. But we kind of talked about like the Traitors and then Survivor. And then eventually we'll get into the Amazing Race here in a little bit too. Because there's a couple of things I want to talk about with that. But I'll try and do some of those chapters along the way. And yeah, ER, you can rewind it live as well. So there's hopefully plenty of ways to keep up with everything. and make this new thing I'm doing on the channel like as least invasive as possible to what you guys already love about the channel. That's kind of what I've been trying to figure out, is like ways to grow and add while also not hurting what already is like loved by the channel, right? So trying to find those balance, and I think this is working out so far. I think this is fun. I think you guys are having fun, even though I went on for like 20 minutes longer than I was supposed to in the beginning to nobody. So that was a thing. But I do want to get into a little bit more Survivor here, because we were talking about Ladder Boy. He went on the adventure with Uncle Bruce, who, this is the best way. I don't know if you guys will relate to this at all. Bruce is like that fun uncle that everybody has, right? That like your 3-year-old kid loves. Your 3-year-old loves Uncle Bruce. Every time he comes over, he's so much fun. He's flying him around the room and stuff. And you just are, you can't wait for him to leave. Like, you're like, Bruce, like, come on, man. It's 10 o'clock already. Like, you come over next weekend. Get out of here, Bruce. That's Bruce. He's like, what's the robot? Oh, I'm doing the robot. The 3-year-old loves him. Everybody else needs him to leave. And then it was Ladder Boy Brandon, Uncle Bruce, and then who I'm just calling at this point Tall Dude Drew. Drew is the real tall guy on the Reba tribe. The 3 of them go on the adventure. Uncle Bruce, he plays it safe. He protects his vote, because you could either risk your vote and try and go for an advantage. And if you failed, you would lose your vote, or you could protect your vote and just walk away and not attempt it. Bruce chose to protect his. Ladder Boy Brandon and Tall Dude Drew, both of them decided to risk it. Ladder Boy even going as far as to say, if I can't do this, send me on a boat back to New Jersey. Well, bud, head on back to Hoboken, because this is the second advantage that you let slip through your fingers. Oh, terrible. He just couldn't get it done. Drew, though, he does, and he gets the safety without power advantage. Basically the one where you just get to leave tribal whenever you want, and you can't be voted out, but you don't get to vote. So you're safe, but you don't have any power during that tribal. Hello from Galveston, Junietta. Whoa, well, hello. Peacock has no free option. Ad-supported pricing starts at $5.99. FaZe Luck, thank you for that. So yeah, there's your options. Who was asking about that? Otter? I think it was Otter. So $5.99 a month. And then I don't know if they have like the trial or whatever. They might have got rid of that too. But I think you used to be able to get like a month free to try. But again, I don't know if they probably changed some of that now at this point. I just came here for the boink counter updates. You know, that's a thing. We're not having a lot of boinks this year. Like, there was potential boinking that happened, but we never got like confirmed boinks. Last year was 10-second boinks, but this year not any like confirmed boinks. There was aggressive rock, paper, scissors. That happened. And America and Cory are definitely doing stuff. What they're doing, I don't even think I want to know. It feels wrong for me to know what they're doing. But I can tell you, they're doing some stuff. Not confirmed. It's not confirmed. But they're doing some stuff. Worst player of all time award, Brandon. Yeah, Ladder Boy. Brandon is probably the worst Survivor player we've ever had. Like, literally, he might be the worst one we've ever had. And like, don't get me wrong, Brandon, like I'm happy that you got to live out like your dream of being on Survivor, and that's awesome. But yeah, I feel bad for you, bud. It didn't go well. Because the Lulu losers, They lost again. And Brandon Ladderboy was a big part of why. Like, literally, he was a hindrance to them in the final puzzle. Like, he kept saying he could do the puzzles, but he can't. And Sabi was, like, there with him. And he's like, is this right? And she's like, I don't know, man. Get away from me. Like, get out of my way. Oh. So, yeah, the Lulu losers, they end up going to tribal. But it was a weird tribal because there were only 2 or 3 people that could vote. 2 votes were nullified because Brandon couldn't vote from the adventure he went on. And then I don't think we even finished talking about it. Brandon found the Beware advantage, but he gave it to Sabi, who then was able to use it on the tribe map, and she got a candle that she has to melt. I liked that her code was different on how to decode it. It was like a map almost. And I like that her like thing is different. Austin, we don't know what he's gonna have to do, whether it's a candle or something else. But I like that little twist on it. And it would have been kind of funny if, like, at Tribal, she was like, hey, Jeff, could you give me a minute? And she just put the candle next to the fire. I was like, we just gotta wait for that to melt. Just give me some time. We got some time, right, Jeff? Do we have to vote right now? Can we wait? I need this to melt first, because then I can vote. Because that was the other issue. The Lulu losers haven't won Flint yet, so they don't have fire. We also have a new subscriber coming on in. ER, thank you for hitting that sub button. I appreciate it. Another new one come on in, and what's that? Deborah, I appreciate you coming on in and hitting that subscribe button. We now have secret alliances. Shh, don't tell anybody. But we do. So yeah, Brandon ends up getting voted out. There was no reason they shouldn't have not voted him out. There was, I guess, a little bit of like, maybe we should just get rid of Emily, but it seemed fine. I also want to point out Caleb. Caleb might be my favorite on the season right now. Not only is this poor guy stuck with the Lulu losers, but he gets the social aspect of things. Going to Emily and making sure, like, hey, like, I know, like, you're down right now, but, like, you got to stick with it. Like, you know, like, it's not over, right? Like, and being there for her, creating that bond. Because, like he even said, I'm pretty sure I put it in my notes. Yeah, bad player would continue to isolate her. Good player realizes everybody needs an ally. And, like, right now, it could be a little bit of lies with the edit and stuff like that. He feels like he's got a good shot at being the winner. He's my pick for right now. We'll see how it could go, but I really like Caleb a lot. I think he's really, really got what it takes to do well. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Emily had an amazing episode and improved her position a lot. Absolutely improved her position. I think Emily's another one who's going to end up going far in the game. I don't think she wins, but I think she's going far. Brandon was nowhere near prepared for the show. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Vicky. Let's see. That's America's fault. Morrow. Bruce was on Survivor before. If it's how I think it is, he's strange. He was on Survivor before. He was only on there though for literally what, 5 minutes he was on the island. Oh yeah, we're live. We're live. Amani, we are live. Technically, we were live for a good 20 minutes before going live, but I didn't know we weren't live. So for 20 minutes there, I was talking to nobody, and that was a whole thing. And that will not get to see the light of day, sadly. I wish that was recorded somewhere, because it was a good update. It was a good update, I'll tell you. But yeah, I think that kind of covers everything from Survivor. I guess we could talk about a little bit of The Amazing Race. Let's see here. There's The Amazing Race cast. There's honestly not too much to really talk about with this episode. I didn't like it as much as the first episode. I think they're still good teams. Like, I like the father and son duo with I remember his name's Cory because we already have a Cory on Big Brother. But his dad, where the father's deaf, the son's not. That's a cool team. I still like the sisters in blue. They had a kind of a rough episode, but I still like them as a team. Anybody else like that's like, oh yeah, like they were cool? Nah, I don't know. The challenges and stuff this episode were kind of basic too. It was like shopping, and like the one team did really good because like the husband's like, I speak this language. We're good. And then like the other one was like grabbing things out of like the river or whatever. And then they had to grab the plants out of the river and make like the bouquet. I don't know. It wasn't that great of an episode, I think, overall. But yeah, what do you guys think? Are you liking anybody in particular? What did you think of this episode? Let me know. The government has it probably. But we're going on Survivor. I would teach myself to make primitive fire. Lynn, Ray, like you gotta at least try. Ory, what about Bruce on the blue team? Yeah, Uncle Bruce. Uncle Bruce, yeah, he's something else. Australian Traitors was awesome. Yes, it was, Carolyn. I liked Australian Traitors a lot. Did you watch the UK Traitors? I think the UK Traitors was maybe my favorite. Maybe she should have opened her mouth and gave them something when she was talking to them. Maybe. Caleb is another favorite of mine from Canada. Is Caleb from Canada? Yo, the Canadians are really good when they come on to Survivor. Like they do really well. Next week you can just do the update and then live we can start out with you reacting to it. 3 traitors at the end and no one won. Wait, what? 3 traitors at the end? Oh, you mean yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay. I was like, wait, 3 traitors at the end would mean a win. I was like, I don't remember that happening. I know what you're saying now. Yes, Carolyn. Yes, that was really fun. They ate each other up. Birdie says, I made it. Good morning, Ory and chat. Well, good morning. You did make it. I think we're kind of wrapping up a bit here, but I had a lot of fun today. This was a fun stream, even though 20 minutes of it didn't get streamed. We're learning as we go, but I had a fun time today. I had a lot of fun. I was a little worried about the father-daughter team, where the father looked like he might pass out after the challenge. Oh yeah, that was like a little scary there. It was like, oh, I hope he's okay. I hope he's good. But yeah, it seems like everything's okay. Good morning, Ory. I hope you have a wonderful day, everyone. Stanley, you as well. Hopefully you guys are all having a great morning. Absolutely. Lyndon, you need surgery. Oh no, Linda. Oh no. I hope you're all right. It's okay. I still love you. I still love you too, Jacqueline. I still love you too. It was you know, technical difficulties. You get technical difficulties sometimes early in the morning. You know, I had my coffee. I was all set up, ready to go. And then things just went downhill. My coffee's cold at this point. Looked like he was going to have a heart attack, right? Yeah, that was scary. It was always kind of scary. Who do you want to be thinking about evicting next stream? Ooh, that's a good question, Morrow. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Before we finish up, let's talk a little bit of Big Brother, what we want to see tonight on the episode, And then what we would like to see next week moving forward. I fell asleep before Amazing Race, so it's time for me to go. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Lynn, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I think we're going to talk some BB here, and then we're going to wrap it up for the day as well, because it's already getting late in the day already. There's so much still to do. But yeah, let's talk about one tonight. I think Mimi's going to be sent packing. I don't think they're going to flip back at all. I think it's going to stay on to Mecole. So sadly, she will be getting evicted tonight. And then I think it's going to be a mental comp. And if Cameron can't play, Cory did really well in the last time. Blue actually didn't do too bad in the last mental competitions either. And she's studying a lot. Like, she's putting in a lot of effort. So I think it could end up being a battle between Cory and Blue. But Jag and Matt were kind of talking as well. They were like, if there's something they could throw, they maybe would throw it to Cory or Blue, depending who they want to get out first. Or if they just want to delay that, they can take out Felicia, or they can throw it to Felicia and have her, or they can win it and take out Felicia, is what they would do. So there's some interesting dynamics with that. I almost kind of wish it, like, if I had my pick, as much as, like, I hate to say it because, like, she's fun, it delays the eventual battle between Cory and Blue. And, like, this is setting up to be a very dynamic end of the season where anyone could win the competition. So if you got rid of Felicia, it might be more interesting. I don't know. Like, again, because I also like Felicia, and I like that how she speaks her mind. So it would be kind of tough to lose her too. Cirie 100% a wild card. Does Mimi know she's the target now? Kinda. She started to get to the vibe of it last night, but then also there was kind of a almost like a funny conversation with Cory where he was like, yeah, like, I don't know where everybody's really kind of at right now, like, but I think it's gonna flip back and forth like 5 or 4 more times. And she goes, it's already flipped? Like, she was like, wait a minute, this will hold back up. Back up. So yeah, she kind of knows. At the very least, like, she knows to be worried. I want Cory to win. Fugitives have near a lock strategy right now. They do. No, she doesn't know. So she doesn't, like, know, but, like, she knows enough to be, like, worried. The sunny kid with glasses bonding with the girls over buffs was funny. Oh yes. Brando? Is his name Brando? There was Brandon, and I think he might be Brando. But he was kind of funny. He was putting the buff on over his his chest. Couldn't get it over his shoulders. That was funny. Good morning from San Antonio, Texas. We have a cold front coming in this weekend. It's gonna be a chilly 76. That sounds wonderful. Hopefully you're having a great week down in San Antonio. BB23 is the most flip-floppy flip BB ever. It really has been. Love the live. Linda, love you. Thank you. Our very first Ory-O. Linda, you will always be the first official Ory-O. Absolutely. Who is the most likely to agree to go up as a pawn? Ooh. I don't know if anybody would agree to it, but probably most likely would be Bowie. Probably most likely. The next pawn volunteer goes, I bet. See, but that's the thing. I don't think Bowie would go. But if somebody did, like, if Cory or America ended up going on the block as, like, yeah, I'll go on as a pawn, one, that would be a terribly dumb thing to do. But yeah, I would think you would be right with that. I think they would go in that situation. I watch live feeds on my phone with Pluto TV free app. It's a great, can watch on the TV with same free. That's awesome, WG. That's fantastic. I love that they have that option now. Because I think there's ads, right? But, like, for the most part, you get to watch. And I like that. I like that a lot. I just hope that doesn't mean we end up losing live feeds anytime soon. Who was someone that was voted out that you wish would have at least made it to jury? Oh, so many. So many. Like, honestly, like, Kirsten, I think we got robbed of seeing more of her. Reilly, Hisam, Hisam, 1,000%. We were robbed of Hisam being taken out so early. I cannot wait for Hisam to come back onto my screen, whether it's on the challenge, the Traitors, like, I don't care where it is. Like, I want more Hisam. Red was a good guy, and actually has been very, very nice post show as well. But I don't know if, like, I necessarily was like, oh, he has to make jury. Izzy, I think Izzy was fun. I think Izzy deserves it. Morrow, I'm kind of with you. I think Izzy's an all-star. I think Izzy has that thing. Got to go. See you tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow, Linda. Yes, anybody who does have to leave, I appreciate you for being here. We are kind of wrapping up here in this this next little bit. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with these streams, and I want to do them more here on the channel. And I think Thursday we're gonna make an official thing. It's every Thursday will be a morning live stream, and we might even keep that going for a while. We'll see. We'll see how we do. I couldn't stand Helen from day one. So condescending. From Helen from day one. From like BB15 Helen? Like Helen was pushed Helen? Let's see. Who was someone that was voted out? Yeah, we talked about that. Got her on. Jacqueline, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Maybe Cirie, Felicia on the block, potentially. We got robbed. I wanted to see more Kirsten, Reilly, Izzy, yes. Oh, Hisam. Yes, got you. I liked Hisam. I thought he was fun. I thought he was here's the thing. I think there were 3 people that were all very similar in the house. Cameron, Felicia, and Hisam. All 3 of them, like, they don't mince words. They tell you like it is. And I think the 3 of them were amazing casting. And we were robbed of seeing more of Hisam. And I think Hisam would have been very fun in the game moving forward. Not just even as like someone to root for, but potentially someone to root against as like a villain type character, because you need those type of people. And I think he would have been a lot of fun to keep to see going forward. Me too. I liked him. Is Bowie still on the show? Was she ever? Tom, you got a point. Listen, I think Bowie's playing the game we thought Mimi was playing. And right now, Bowie's in a really great spot where no one's gonna put her up. But she's got nothing to say like, oh, I deserve to win this game. Like, I don't think there's anyone that she's up against that you can say, yes, Bowie would win. Maybe Felicia. But even then, I don't see how it happens. But even then, I think there's still a case that Felicia could beat Bowie in the final 2. Izzy on the challenge. Izzy would be fun on the challenge. Izzy and Cory are very similar too. They are, Morrow. They are. He was super interesting. Bowie has played more game than Mimi. This week especially. Like these past 2 weeks, Bowie's... Because like, here's the thing. After the Izzy flip, right? That was the moment for Mimi to kind of take the ball and run. Bowie did that. I literally remember it was Cory America, Jag, Matt, Bowie. Maybe Blue was there. I don't remember if Blue was there or not. But it was at least those 5. And it might have been Mimi. And so Bowie goes, it's like late at night. She goes, so yeah, what's the latest? What's going on? What's happening? Like, She was like, we're in this game now. I want to get involved. Like, what's going on? And she's been trying to make those game relationships happen. Mimi has started to do more of the personal relationships, but she wasn't setting up game-wise with people and making like solid connections that way. But she did more with Blue, and in the end, that's what's gonna hurt her in the end. We need challenge live feeds. That would be fun. It was Mimi. Blue was not there. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it was Mimi. So, and that again is also to my point. Like Bowie is the one who's making the effort of like, hey, like what's going on? What's happening? We have this little alliance. Like, is this real? Like, I want to keep going with this. Mimi didn't, right? Mimi didn't step up and keep those connections going when she just as easily could have with Bowie. And if she did, Jag, Matt, and Cory all would not be down to flip on her right now because they would think she's closer to them than she is with Blue. And sadly, it's at this point where they now think she's closer with Blue. And if you're close with Blue at this point, they don't trust Blue. And that's how it goes. I think Bowie turned on after Red and she was left without the vote. Yes, that is also a big thing that happened with Bowie. Was she was blindsided by the whole Red situation. She was like, these people have all been lying to me. And then when the Izzy flip happened and she was filled in on all the stuff that was going down, she was like, oh, yeah, these people have had all these alliances going on. Like, yeah, let's take these guys out. So yeah, she's definitely turned it on. And like, she's playing the game we hoped that Mimi would be playing. Like, literally, Bowie's doing what we thought Mimi could and would do. Bowie's doing it. Bowie is her. But yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting eviction tonight. We should see Mimi go. We'll see who wins HOH. I kind of would rather, I think, Cory win it and take out Blue, because that again puts Cirie alone, and everybody is then not looking at Cirie at all, and they start fighting each other. And I think that's kind of the most interesting little way it could end up going. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you for everybody who is here in the chat. All of our new members who are now Ory-Os, thank you all for joining the channel that way. If you guys want to join, you can. There is no pressure to ever do that. Thank you to all of the people who got things like super chats, to supporting the Ori Fund, to the Throne. Like, there was just so much happening. You guys were crazy today. And I can't thank you enough for all the support and all the love you show me here. I'm going to call it a day here. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see what happens tonight, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow for everything. So thank you guys again all so much. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, just thank you guys a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with these streams. I want to do more of them. I also want to stream more on Kick and Twitch, and also check out all my socials as well, the Discord, Twitter. You can check out all the links in the description down below. Also, I'll put a pinned comment afterwards as well. So thank you guys all once again, and I will see you next time.